will in future be presenting a male and woman presidential contestants. Now, he hinted that if a man is picked a presidential candidate, then a woman should be picked as running mate and vice versa. The head of state's remarks have since ignited debate over which female leader within Ruto's camp or even outside it fits the shoes of President Ruto's running mate should Ruto walk his talk in 2027. Now, KTN's political affairs reporter David Muthoka samples the list of female leaders who stand a chance of becoming President Ruto's running mate.
At the launch of the Women Governors Caucus G7 strategy on Thursday, President William Ruto made a statement that was met with cheers and a standing ovation from the attendees.
Rigiji and myself, tukifika hapo mbele na tumekubaliana vile itaenda, we must also agree that going forward, if a man is a candidate for president in our party, the woman must be the runner.
According to President Ruto, the ruling UDA party will in future front a man and a woman on the presidential ticket in the government's bid of ensuring that women have an equal chance of sitting at the highest decision-making table in the country. Should the promise take effect from 2027, it is almost obvious that President Ruto will be on the ballot again to seek a second and final term in office, meaning that only a woman can be his running mate. But who can be that female running mate and potentially Kenya's first female deputy president? One of them is Kirinyaga Governor Anne Mombi Waiguru. Waiguru is in her final term in office, meaning that she will be leaving office in 2027, thus available for selection. She is not only the current chair of the Council of Governors, but also the first female governor to be elected to the helm of the Council of Governors. She hails from the vote-rich Mount Kenya region, so to ring-fence the Mount Kenya vote basket after potentially dropping Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, President Ruto may have to choose a number 2 from the same region. Another name is that of Cecily Mbarire, the governor of Embu County. Mbarire is the current chair of the UDA party and played a pivotal role in the triumph of the Yellow and Green Party in the 2022 elections.
Cecily Mbarire is the chair of UDA, not by default. It is deliberate and it is intentional.
The Embu governor is also a long-term ally of the president. However, if fronted, she could turn down the offer as she is in her first term in office and could prefer keeping her office in Embu instead of relocating to Harambee Avenue. Then there is Gladys Wanga, the governor of Homa Bay. Few opposition governors have the ear of the president as Wanga has. Since his election in August 2022, President Ruto has honored every invitation to tour Homa Bay from Governor Wanga, the latest being the Homa Bay International Investment Conference held at the end of February.
I tried to excuse myself from coming to Homa Bay this time, but it was not possible. You know how difficult it is to say no to Gladys. And so she made sure that she called everybody around me and I didn't have peace.
Ruto may want to have Wanga alongside him on the ballot paper to the Lake Victoria region, which is a backyard of his erstwhile rival Raila Odinga, to support his re-election bid. Alice Wahome is another name. The Lands Cabinet Secretary comes from the vote-rich Mount Kenya region, just as Waiguru and Mbarire. In 2022, Wahome was among 5 leaders in the shortlist of running mates for Ruto, who then was the deputy president and the UDA party's flag bearer. Wahome was, however, not picked and went on to win the Kandara parliamentary seat. Months later, President Ruto plucked her from the benches of parliament and placed her in his 22-member inner circle, the cabinet. The 4 and others, such as Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika, and nominated Member of Parliament Sabina Chege are expected to make the president scratch his head should he decide to go 50-50 in the upcoming presidential contest. From now, all eyes will be on President William Ruto to see what decision he will make and how that decision will affect his re-election bid in 2027. David Muthoka, KTN News, Nairobi.
The Japanese ambassador to Kenya, Ken Okaniwa, has asked participants in a 6-month course UNITA program to take advantage